This is session 1340, session 39 with TVP on 6/28/85.
We are here and ready to begin. Give us a moment, please.
Thank you very much.
You may proceed. We will withdraw if we perceive difficulties with the equipment. We do not perceive such difficulties, but we will be working with Winter to make sure that she does not become entangled in the technical aspects of what you are doing. So if you will go forth, we would appreciate it.
All right, very good. Yes, as you can see, we're using the mind mirror today and showing very interesting patterns. And we'll be looking at different patterns as we ask her to do different tasks in the session today. One thing I have been unclear about, I'd like to ask, when Winter does readings for individuals, is she doing, are you participating in this, or is she going to some other, the Casey cluster or some other, or is it a different process altogether?
No, we perceive it as the same, and we are taking part in it. In those instances where she is drawing upon pictorial matter, then she occasionally does look to the Casey cluster to get that information. When she is well into a reading, it is channeling just as happens here in the laboratory. More and more she is moving toward the direct channeling aspect and only using those pictures when absolutely necessary or to start in order to move herself into the proper physical state to conduct the reading.
Yes, all right. On Winter's last visit here, not yesterday, but the earlier visit, where there were a number of visitors in the lab who asked questions. In preparing for that session, you had asked whether or not we thought it would be useful for you to be present or for her to proceed in some other way. I'm not sure what the other way was.
This is due to our feeling of difficulty with the first person and pluralistic identities of our soul cluster. Even though we are ever present, we felt it might be easier for her to answer those questions if she were speaking as I. We would have, in that case, then moved into the singular and answered questions from that aspect. The information is the same, and there is no difference as to where it comes from. But there are occasions when Winter still perceives the information as being different, and so we work to alleviate this block.
I had somehow had the impression from earlier sessions that one of the things that made a difference is whether persons were asking personal questions about their own lives or whether they were asking cosmological questions.
As you are aware, energies of our type prefer often to deal with the cosmic and the spiritual matters that we feel are important to the planet Earth. However, our cluster is a bit different in that on occasion, in order to make ourselves known and to make ourselves reputable, we will deal with personal questions. We, in some aspects, feel that there is too much cosmology going on as it is, and not enough bringing the, quote, mystical into your reality. We are working to do both.
I see, very good. As you know, we want to behave appropriately here, whatever that is, and so we need to try to figure out if there are guidelines we should be following.
You will always be accurate. Do not concern yourself with these matters.
There's a question that arose in connection with your session yesterday with Martin. This has arisen before in my mind. We have an entity coming through, another explorer in the laboratory, who has indicated that the idea of our being on Earth to learn certain lessons is not an accurate way to perceive things. Yet I heard you yesterday talking about the lessons to be learned on Earth. Is there a contradiction here?
There would apparently be so. Let us look to see if we can resolve this contradiction. It may be let us give another example of another reason that souls are on Earth, and they are not mutually exclusive of the soul's need to learn lessons, and the Earth being the best primary place for the soul to learn those sensual lessons, and lessons that can only be learned in human form. There is another reason that souls are there on Earth, and that is to reflect back to Earth that which is living, and to reflect back to the universe all that is going on. The Earth and the God concept could not be appreciated if it were not able to reflect itself back. We are looking to see if we can find other ways. Yes, the Earth, without someone to enjoy the Earth, without someone to enjoy the trees, the lakes, the mountains, would not enjoy itself as much were not humans on the Earth to see the beauty in the trees and in all that is. And so this is another reason that souls are there on Earth. But we do say that souls are there to learn, that your purpose is to learn and to grow and to experience.
Some of the material we've gotten and have read in other places suggests that that the idea of looking for purpose is even inappropriate. That that while events are not random, that it's inappropriate to think about reasons in the way we do, or causes and effects in the way we do. Is this consistent with your way of thinking?
We feel that it is going off into a theory that is not relevant. The important thing is to live your existence in the moment, in the now. And when you are living in the moment, you are not as concerned with the reasons for. You are concerned with what is and how it feels, and intuiting where you are and ultimately where you are going. Humans, by their very nature, like to question and to identify what purpose and why they exist. And this is very natural and should not be cast aside with those coming up saying, don't worry about reasons. You, as an individual soul, will do whatever you wish to do in whatever time you wish to do it there on the planet. So if you want to spend your time pondering reasons, then do so. If you wish to be like the gurus who try to spend their time getting over here, then do that. For us, it makes little difference as long as you are living the now and sensing the play and the fun that is truly there on earth and for you to enjoy. It is another example of humans moving away from their primary purpose of playing and reflecting back the earth and enjoying the reasons that they are there and learning what they can from the planet.
Thank you. That's that's helpful. Do you have any material that you would like to bring forth today?
We do, if you will give us a moment. We would first like to see if you have any further questions on dreams. We are still interested in moving forth with an understanding of dreams and of the reality that is constructed in dreams. If you have any further questions, we would like to deal with those. We would like to make sure that we have covered dreams thoroughly.
I haven't recently reviewed what we've already covered about that, but I do have some questions. I hope they aren't repeats.
This is fine.
We define a special kind of dreams on Earth that are labeled lucid dreams, dreams in which the individual becomes aware during the dream that they are dreaming, and also has then some capacity to change the outcome of the dream or the nature of the dream. This is a state that now is being researched in many places, and we are interested particularly in the extent to which lucid dreams are similar to out-of-body experiences, whether they are at all different from out-of-body experiences, and if so, how?
No, they are not out-of-body experiences in the way that you feel that they are. However, in another way, they are the same thing, and we realize that this is a paradox. They are the closest that you can come to defining your ultimate reality, and the closest that you can know in your human state of the way that you are creating your existence. Lucid dreams are as you are now. We are searching for terms. They are as real as a sitting that you are in now. In an out of body, you would be aware that you had stepped out, but that your body was still at a certain place. And in a lucid dream, even though you are dreaming, it is very real, a very real construct, and it is the way your world and the universe operates. We feel this is not an adequate answer. Lucid dreams are as much the way of your thinking of your reality as a present can be. We may search further to see if there is a symbol or a way of communicating to you exactly what we are trying to express.
Is it a useful experience then for people to attempt to do lucid dreaming?
Yes, it is. It will come in time, whether they attempt or do not attempt to do so. As with anything, it can be learned and moved on, and it is useful. Those that are working to learn to lucid dream would be doing so whether or not they tried or did not try to do so.
Yes, it seems to happen spontaneously to people like out-of-body experiences do. But you're saying that some training is possible to
Yes.
achieve this as well.
Yes, and not necessarily as much training as the will to do so and the telling the mind that they are going to start doing it. And after 3 or 4 days, the individual will find that they are beginning to start to have their lucid dreams. They can start, if they wish, by focusing on their feet or a certain body part and being aware of their feet during the dream. From that, they can move into other areas and other circumstances.
Is there any way in which learning to lucid dream would improve a person's ability to have out-of-body experiences?
This is a difficult question. Yes, it is the same learning. We cannot say that it would make it easier, but once they learn to lucid dream, from the lucid dream, they would then learn to step out and dream that they are stepping out, which is taking a circuitous route to what you could do from the beginning would be stepping out originally from where you are. But for some individuals who are fearful of stepping out, if they can go into a lucid dream, then they will have less fear and be much more capable of stepping out.
Mm-hmm. Right. Do you have suggested ways of learning to go out of body beyond those that Bob Monroe teaches?
Actually, getting out is quite easy. It's staying in that is the problem. Humans do not realize this.
Well, I think Bob realizes that, but he's the only one I know who does.
There is a way that is not often thought of and is not often used, but it is a way of going out the feet and focusing the energy at the feet part of the body, as opposed to many individuals always talking of going out of the head or rolling or just turning out. Turning is certainly one of the easiest and most common ways to just step out. But also, with the feet, focusing on the feet, you can actually imagine moving your foot out. Say, if you are lying, just swinging your foot and then the other foot over and across as if you are getting up out of bed and standing up. This is not a method that is practiced as much as the other methods of the Monroe Institute. There is another way, and that is also to first focus your attention in the very center of your mind and work to know that you are thinking of that deep place right in your mind. And then move your attention out in front of you to a corner of the room and start to imagine that you are there, that you see yourself in that corner of the room in full detail. Once you have done that, look in the corner of the room and move your attention once again to that deep part of your mind. And when you do so, and when you do it with release, you will find that you are out of body and that you are in the corner of the room with the body you have just projected.
Thank you. We have some questions from a medical doctor.
Yes, we are aware.
Mhm.
You may proceed.
All right. He seems to want to know whether or not there is a specific member of your group, I guess, that he can identify by name. Are his questions being answered by a specific aspect of your group?
As you are aware and as you have discussed, he may call that hold the Ramadan hold. If that makes him more comfortable, then he may address us as Ramadan.
All right. Very good.
He can also address us if Gandhi, if he so chooses.
All right.
That may be more difficult for him to do. He is very left-brained, but very intuitive, and in about 6 months, his own intuition will start to break forth, and it will be a wondrous discovery.
That's good news for any doctor, I would say.
Yes, we have been prodding him along. Alakar is his name. Alakar.
Alakar.
He was a doctor before in the Mideast. He has been a physician and surgeon many times over. Each time he has been a healer using the cosmic energies. He is moving back to do the same at this point in his life. The name Alakar will bring him much energy and help him break through into his own insight when he uses this name and meditates on it.
All right, very good. He is asking a question about how we can detect Alzheimer's disease in a way that maximizes sensitivity and specificity while minimizing cost and the risk to the patient.
We see the ways we are running through now to see the comparison of the ways with the minimizing of cost. We have spoken before of the genetic aspects and of the DNA. We are working to see how the plaque that is associated with this disease can be sooner detected. They must work with the blood. And for him, they must learn to start again around the age of 27 to 30 to run tests and to intuit those individuals who possibly are going to be prone to this disease. Give us a moment while we scan. The alimentary canal plays a role in this disease, as does diet and the flow through the intestines. This is not something that is commonly looked at, but should be. A change in diet from a very early age a diet that is more high in acidic nutrients is essential to warding off of this particular disease. Those individuals who come down with Alzheimer's disease are more prone to starches and carbohydrates and very little eating of fruit and other nutrients which would obtain the essential acidic elements. For diagnosis, physicians should be aware of what their patients are eating. At all levels, and pay particular interest to those who, for one reason or another, do not eat fruit or tomatoes or such things. After that, the blood test and liver test will show the lack of these minerals, nutrients, and acids in the body, and will show that this will lead to the disease.
Will a change in diet be helpful as well as once the disease is developing, or is this mainly a prevention?
This is a prevention. It will slow the disease process down. However, if the diet is changed, it is possible for some to actually put the disease into regression, but at the point that it has not gone too far.
All right, this next question is also about the Alzheimer's disease. What is the pathophysiology or mechanism in our physical terms for Alzheimer's disease?
One moment, we are scanning.
Thank you.
We are coming back again to part of our previous answer having to do with the intestines and the alimentary canal. We are also coming back to a feeling that is being generated in the arteries of the body. Let us continue to scan. The fluids of the body, like the water, like the waste, this must be included, like the rivers that run through the body. This is very important. Indeed, this takes over. Physicians are in essence looking at the wrong end of the body, so to speak, the digestive system, and the ability to excrete waste is of primary importance in this disease and in casting off the toxic substances from the body.
It is the toxic substances then which are the mechanism of the disease?
Yes.
Is a bacteria involved or a virus?
We are looking, it is more neither of these terms fit what we feel is occurring. It is a malfunction in the system, and one that is triggered by improper diet, which causes the body to function improperly. If they will look again to the casting off of waste and the fluid,
Is aluminum involved or any other minerals involved in this process?
certainly there have been instances where they are finding aluminum as well as mercury in the process, but again, it is not so much that, but as the body's inability to slough off such things. They will find it is not one particular element. They are looking in the wrong direction. They need to look to see how the body cast off. They will see that the inability of the body to slough off certain elements creates problems.
All right, very good. The next question is...
Again, this goes back to also acidity in the body. You may proceed.
the acidity is not high enough, though, is that...
This is correct.
Mm-hmm. All right. The next question is, what is the role of disease on the Earth level?
We would like to get away from a concept that even we have discussed and is very prominent in your readings today, and that is the concept of dis-ease, a person not being at ease with his body. It is not the body the person is not in touch with, but rather the physical soul state. And let us make a comment here that we often talk of the soul and the spirit being within the body, but let us put to you that the body is but a part of the soul and spirit. And the soul and spirit, much like your etheric body, revolves around that small portion of you which is body. In fact, chemically speaking, your body is made up of a lot of nothing if you compare it to nuclei in an atom. It is mainly nothing, but we have sidestepped a moment. Disease is one's not being touched with their entire being, that which is outside of the body, that part of them that they do not pay attention to. They know before they get a disease that it is coming. They do not pay attention, nor do they work to eliminate the cause or the stress of bringing it on. We could do without disease in the world today if people were in touch with their higher consciousness and believed that they had the ability to control disease. This brings up other questions because human form, once it came into being, created the concept of death in order that souls might move on throughout the universe. If we give up disease in totality, then there will be those humans who would wish to stay on the planet forever and ever and would not be willing to move on to bigger and better things. So it does play its role in helping us to make another step forward.
That's very interesting. Now he asks about a particular a patient, Bertha F., a 70-year-old Caucasian female with rheumatoid arthritis. The question is, what are her other medical problems, and how can this doctor best help her?
One moment. Would you give us the city that you assume Bertha is in? We assume it is
Let's see. Humble, Texas is
We
the
will scan
address.
that area. Just a moment. Bertha F. F. One moment.
F, yes.
We have the body. Bertha has a heart problem. Also, her lower extremities, the circulation is very, very poor. Let us scan the body. There is much, much heat in the upper arms, just below the shoulders, much burning sensation. We feel this is from her heart. Let us scan. We will begin at the head and work down. Very tight. If Bertha has not had some type of heart symptoms in the past, they are very close. We feel a closing of the throat, tightness at the upper part of the body, upper extremity, and at the shoulder, her left shoulder in particular, very dull, ache-like pain. Possibly what is labeled as angina pain. Moving down further. She has a small spot on the right lung close to the clavicle collar. Moving down. Her right breast also needs to be examined if it has not already been done so. Bertha has an intestinal blockage that may not as yet be giving her problems. We see in her past she has had some work on her female organs, but that is in the past. We We believe that covers everything. We are going to leave this body now.
He's also asking if there are recommendations for treatment.
We would suggest that due to the feeling around her heart, a thorough checkup of that be made, including the cardiogram, and that she be watched carefully. She needs more calcium, but will have problems with this unless it is given to her in a palatable form.
Do you have a suggestion on the form?
The pill form is probably the most appropriate. She would have trouble with dairy products. We do not feel that this catch that we feel in her throat is all a heart problem. Possibly is also linked to thyroid. This woman needs hand holding. And the healing touch, because much of what she feels, she is not relating to the doctor. She still views him as a young boy. And does not want to concern him with her other complaints.
Thank you very much for those suggestions.
Yes, if you will give us a moment, we will leave the body.
Yes.
We are ready.
Thank you. There's one last exercise this morning that we wanted to try while we have the mind mirror operating, and that's a remote viewing exercise.
Very good. You may proceed.
All right. I'm going to give you the address of a particular point on the Earth and ask you to move your awareness there. Let your perception extend to that point, and when you are there, report your perceptions to me. The address is 43 degrees, 40 minutes, 51 seconds north, 10 degrees, 18 minutes, 46 seconds east. Reach out now and go to 43 degrees, 40 minutes, 51 seconds north, 10 degrees, 18 minutes, 46 seconds east. Report your perceptions when you're ready.
I immediately see a house. As I'm seeing a wooden house that's white, that has a porch that doesn't go up very far, and the porch has a slatted rail around it. I think the porch is gray. I think it's a two-story back up. It is a 2-story house with an old house that looks like it was built in possibly the 1930s. There are about 3 steps going up to the front porch and a very small front yard that goes out to a sidewalk.
Yes, can you describe the immediate vicinity of this building?
In an area that is flat or gives the appearance of being flat, it's possibly like some of the flatness of Midwestern states in a way, the flatness of it, but not that flat, but it's flat, possibly like Ohio, if flat. Down the street there is a vacant area, like vacant lots. I'm in a city. I'm in a city that's, how large is a city? I'm sensing about 2 million, but where I can't see that.
Mm-hmm. That's all right. We're just mainly interested in the target in the immediate vicinity there, so that's fine. Do you have any sense of the function of this particular building that you're describing?
Well, I think I just landed in someone's home, an old home. Just, but it's on the perimeter of the business part or the commercial part of the city. Reminds me of something about it. Reminds me sort of Buffalo, the way it's their homes around the industrial part, similar to that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Very good. Thank you very much. I think we're ready to end this session now, unless there are other...
Oh, wait a minute. I see a black mailbox on this house with the number 913 on it.
Oh, all right. Very good.
I just wanted to look a little more. And the back of the house has a wire fence around it. But it's very strange because the it's like this house is sitting in the middle of an area that has been torn down, possibly for redevelopment or renovation, and this one is still standing and it's barren on both sides. But it's a lived-in house.
Mm-hmm. Someone living in it now, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
An older woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Very good. And as whenever you're ready, begin bringing yourself back to focus 10.
If you will give us a moment, we might add that this remote viewing was done from the planet of Saturn, which takes a little different twist on how it is done.
Mhm.
If you will give us a moment, we will have Winter back in totality with you.
Thank you.
I'm here.
Very good. All right, as you return to ordinary waking consciousness, remember that you will be feeling alert and full of energy, ready to run. All your senses will be working brightly and beautifully, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You'll be feeling in a state of balance and harmony. 9,
9,
8,
8,
7,
6,
6,
5, 4,
4,
3,
3, 2,
1.
1. Awake and alert.
Yep.
You are back.